from the CBS Bay Area studios, this is KPIX 5 News.
Well, welcome back. It is just about 6:27 this morning. Good morning. I'm Devin Fehely.
And I'm Julie Watts, and we'll get started this half hour with a check of our forecast, and a beautiful one at that. Starting off with a live look outside over the bay. Excuse me, you can see a beautiful sunrise, clear skies. We are a little chilly thanks to those clear skies overnight. In fact, right now temperatures in the low 40s. Livermore and Santa Rosa both at 44, 49 San Jose, 51 San Francisco, starting out at 51 in Concord and 47 in Oakland. As we make our way throughout the day, not going to see a lot of change in terms of cloud cover. Take a look at Futurecast as we advance on through the day Saturday. Yeah, you see a few clouds there far to the north and well out of our region. Basically, sunshine is the story today. We might get a little bit of a sea breeze, so a little cooler along the coast, but inland temperatures in the mid 70s to near 80 degrees for the warmest spots. Our microclimate forecast for today, that's for Fremont. Sunny and warm in Fremont today and mid 70s, so 75 for today. And yes, we really stay sunny and warm through the weekend, really through the beginning of the work week as well. So we're at 76 tomorrow in Fremont as well. Temperatures hovering near that 80-degree mark pretty much all weekend for the warmest spots inland. A bit cooler, though, the closer you get to the coast. So here's a look at a event forecast for you. The Cherry Blossom Festival going on this weekend in Japantown in sunny San Francisco. It will be sunny. Temperatures in the upper 60s in the city today. I'll have your full forecast coming up in just a bit. I'll tell you when the clouds return. In the meantime, back to you, Devin.
Thanks, Shirley. One person is dead following a shooting in San Francisco. KPIX 5's Jackie Ward is live in San Francisco with the latest. Good morning, Jackie.
Devin, it's a little alarming this morning because the suspect or suspects are still on the loose and police are looking for whomever may have been involved. Last night there was a shooting in the Bayview neighborhood around 11 o'clock last night in the area of 3rd Street and Casada. Police tell us 6 people were shot and 1 person is dead. Police do not know who the suspect is and they're asking for the public's help. So they're asking people to call with any information. The SFPD 24-hour tip line, that's 415-575-4445. Again, 415-575-4445. Or you can text TIP 411. You just have to start that message with SFPD, and that will send a text message to the San Francisco Police Department. From the Bayview Police Department, Jackie Ward, KPIX 5.
It's considered an unofficial holiday for marijuana enthusiasts and did not end well for some folks here in San Francisco. About a dozen people had to be brought to the hospital yesterday while attending the 420 event at Golden Gate Park. San Francisco police are looking into the possibility that those people ingested edibles that contained something more than marijuana. Vendors were not allowed to sell marijuana, but that didn't stop many individuals from selling or sharing.
I have cereal bars. Yeah.
How'd you make that?
With can of butter.
Crowd estimates range from 15 to 20,000. It was the first 420 since recreational pot became legal under California law.
Well, San Francisco's mayor is promising to remove homeless tents from the Mission District once and for all. Over the past few years, the city has made repeated sweeps in the area east of South Van Ness, but campers often move a few blocks away or just come back. So now Mayor Mark Farrell says this time will be different. He says first, crisis teams will encourage people to move into shelter programs. Then anyone who tries to stay put will be removed by force. Mayor Farrell wants all of the tents cleared out by next week.
A controversial statue in front of San Francisco City Hall will get to stay, at least for now. The Board of Appeals unanimously voted yesterday to overturn the City Arts Commission's earlier decision to remove the Early Days sculpture. It depicts a Native American at the feet of a Spanish cowboy and a Catholic missionary. The board cited the First Amendment as a reason for its protection. The Arts Commission responded with this statement. As a city, we had an opportunity to correct a gross misrepresentation of history and to honor the wishes of the first people of this land who have advocated for the sculpture's removal for decades.
Well, Berkeley police are trying to find a man who sexually assaulted a teenage girl. Investigators say it happened around 11 Thursday morning along Addison Street near Sacramento Street. The victim told police the man walked her at gunpoint eastbound on Addison, then forced her into a residential side yard where he sexually assaulted her.
It is an unusual case, and that's one of the reasons that we're reaching out to the community to ask for their help.
Police have now stepped up patrols in that area, and they are advising people to pay attention to their surroundings and walk in pairs.
After months of no murders, Richmond police are investigating their 4th homicide in just 2 weeks. 2 men were shot as they stepped out of a convenience store on Carlson Boulevard Thursday night. A 21-year-old man from Pittsburgh died. The other man has survived. So far, there's no word on suspects. Richmond police say it was the 4th deadly shooting of the year. They say the year started out peaceful until the first homicide on April 7th. The mayor says the resurgence of gun violence is putting Richmond residents on edge.
Well, a final farewell to a former First Lady, Barbara Bush, today. Some of the most prominent names in American politics will pay their respects as she's laid to rest. Well, the State Department of Fish and Wildlife says it's cracked an international plant smuggling operation. The agency had 3 separate cases along the coasts of Mendocino and Humboldt counties. Rare native succulent plants were ripped from the soil and shipped overseas. Investigators say poachers were scaling coastal bluffs to rip the plants out of the ground by the thousands. And then they would allegedly ship these to China and Korea, where they'd be sold on the black market for $40 to $50 each.
Pretty unusual case for us. A case where we have not really seen before in terms of the scale and the type of poaching involved.
Now, investigators were tipped off when the smugglers tried to send packages of plants overseas by U.S. mail, and dirt began spilling from some of the shipping boxes. The suspects, Korean and Chinese nationals, are now facing criminal charges.
New research is shedding light on the long-term impacts of universal pre-kindergarten and whether or not a half or a full day is more effective for kids for the future.
Reporter Nikki Batista has more details.
At the blue line, you're going to curve.
5-year-old Jalissa Cruz can write her name, something she couldn't do before coming to Little Lamb Preschool in Vineland, New Jersey. Her mother, Patrina, is a single parent.
How much do you pay for Jalissa to come here?
$0.
Students like Jalissa get free, full-day, high-quality education at Little Lamb.
Then number 2.
New Jersey is one of 43 states where some children can attend state-funded preschool at no cost. 7 other states have universal pre-K, free for all families regardless of income.
Students at both ends of the achievement spectrum benefit and benefit substantially in the longer run from participating in a high-quality pre-K program.
Dr. Bill Gormley is a professor at Georgetown's McCourt School of Public Policy. He authored a recent study that shows full-day pre-K can lead to higher math scores in honors courses in middle school. He also says students who take part in a full-day program are less likely to repeat a grade.
That's an important outcome because grade retention is associated with a lot of negative outcomes later on in life.
It's more.
Teacher Amy Tomaso says the benefits of a full day of learning are endless for her students, including Jalissa.
Her math skills, see a huge difference in her, and also a lot of confidence and her self-esteem as well.
What differences have you seen in her?
Her drawing, her cleaning up after she plays with toys, and her manners.
If we're letting the kids be the judge,
if you like preschool, raise your hand.
Pre-K is getting an A. Nikki Batiste, CBS News, Vineland, New Jersey.
And Nikki reports it's up to the local school districts offering these universal pre-K programs if their program will be a full or half-day one. Well, a Marin County teenager was able to change the life of a total stranger half a world away.
Jaden Ramos is a sophomore at Redwood High School in Larkspur, but it was in middle school that the aspiring engineer got hooked on 3D printing. Then a teacher threw down a challenge.
How about you try making a prosthetic hand? And I was like, you know what, challenge accepted.
There are websites with people requesting prosthetic limbs, and in December, Ramos found one for a man in Romania who had lost his hand and arm in an industrial accident. Ramos began working on a design, and after many failed attempts, came up with a model using screws, string, and dental rubber bands. Now it's time to check our nifty show in the skies above. The Lyrids meteor shower will be visible this weekend. The event occurs every year around this time when the Earth passes through comet debris. The best viewing should be in the dark hours between tonight and tomorrow morning. A viewing event will be held at Oakland Chabot Space and Science Center beginning at midnight.
Well, thousands of music fans are in Southern California for the second weekend of Coachella. But the festival's hitting a sour note with many women in the crowd. crowd. Last weekend, a reporter for Teen Vogue attended the festival and interviewed dozens of women. The majority of them said they'd been sexually harassed or assaulted at the festival. Now, the Teen Vogue reporter told BBC News she had been groped 22 times herself. Despite security, the reporter said she couldn't find a place for victims to go.
I was there by myself as a reporter, so I was in a different situation, which I think is probably why I was, touched so many times. I think that when you're alone, you're much more likely to be targeted.
Now, Indio police would not say how many complaints of sexual misconduct were made during that first weekend of the festival, but many women attending this weekend say they believe there are a lot of cases that don't get reported.
A Comcast technician is behind bars accused of stealing from customers in San Mateo County. 31-year-old Christian Arias Monroe was arrested yesterday after a year-long investigation. He's accused of stealing jewelry from 3 customers' homes in Daly City and Half Moon Bay. Those thefts happened in 2016 and 2017, but investigators think there may have been more. They're now asking any other potential victims to come forward.
Well, Tesla has plenty of loyal customers, but it's getting a failing grade from the Better Business Bureau. The BBB graded Tesla with an F. According to the Bureau, the electronic car maker does a poor job of handling complaints from owners. It says Tesla does not always make a good faith effort to resolve disputes and sometimes does not respond at all. Now, Tesla says these findings are misleading based on a small number of cases. Tesla says overall customer satisfaction ratings are tops in the auto industry, and we should note the BBB ratings are largely based on a company's willingness to respond to complaints, not how they respond or the quality of their product. And the Center for Disease Control is urging people to throw out all chopped romaine lettuce. The CDC says it could be tainted with E. coli bacteria. It believes the outbreak is linked to romaine lettuce from the Yuma, Arizona area, and there are now 53 cases in 16 states.
The fluid loss alone can lead to dehydration, low blood pressure, and it can exacerbate kidney problems. Look at the risk benefit of throwing away a bag of lettuce that you've paid for and getting sick. So why take a chance?
The potentially tainted products include store-bought chopped romaine lettuce and salad mixes, and experts note washing the lettuce thoroughly will not eliminate the problem. The CDC also says people should avoid eating romaine at restaurants.
A cluster of small earthquakes hit part of the Bay Area yesterday evening. They struck just before 9 o'clock. They included a magnitude 2.5 quake centered in Diablo and a 2.9 in Danville. These were along the Calaveras Fault. Tomorrow is Earth Day, a day dedicated to environmental protection. Here's a look at some local Earth Day events being held today. At 9 in the morning, the Great American Litter Pickup in several San Jose locations, with meeting places including Oak Grove High School and San Gabriel Cathedral. At 11 a.m., there will be Earth Day activities in Danville on the Danville Green. Also at 11, an Earth Day festival in San Francisco at the Civic Center Plaza.
Morning, everybody. As you can see, I got Giants business to talk about. I didn't see this offense coming. First of all, Hunter Pence, placed on the disabled list. Mac Williamson, caller from Sacramento because he'd been just hitting way too hot. Jeff Samardzija, his debut for this season, and they scored 8 runs at Anaheim. Skipper Bruce Bochy had catcher Rick Hundley homer in the second, and then in the 5th inning, Mac Williamson stepped up, and this happened. A 2-run smash for Williamson, who had just been called up. He was just red hot at the AAA level. It was 3-0 San Francisco. Still in the 5th. 2 on for Andrew McCutchen. And this is a 3-run blast. And I think we've seen enough. Giants won at final of 8-1 at Anaheim on 9 hits. Jeff Samardzija, the win. 23,473 in Oakland. Yes, Red Sox in town. Always draws a crowd. 16-2 record coming in. Tied at 3. Bases loaded. And look what Mitch Moreland did to the Emilio Pagan pitch. Bases drunk, and he hits a granny. 5th grand slam by the Red Sox this season, and they beat the A's final of 7-3. All that, and Steph Curry, he's going to rejoin the team. Yeah, he's going to go to practice with the team in a limited role because he's still rehabbing his knee, which he had injured on March 23rd. He'd been out with the sprained MCL, but all indications are that he'll be reevaluated in another week. Could be back somewhere early in the 2nd round of the playoffs. That is sports at this hour. We go from images of Steph Curry to, little bonus coverage. Oh, hell, excuse me. Cleveland Cavaliers, the Indiana Pacers, Bogdanovich could not miss. And one. We also have LeBron James. He had a big three late in the game, so the Cavs, which had blown a 17-point lead, were within one. But Bogdanovich, look, hit it from the parking lot, scored 30 points, and they hung on a win final of 92-90 to take a 2-1 series lead in that contested conference battle. That now is sports. Everybody have a great sunny day, and I'll see you later.